Hey y'all, Bear Ranger here, welcome in. Back in around 1994, Micro Machines released several sets from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Of course, each set had like a motorcycle, one of the Rangers, one of the Megazords, or a villain. So different sets. But what I've done is I've divided them up into like, here's all the Megazords back here. Some villains here, motorcycles, and then the Power Rangers. So what I'm going to do is just kind of look at each little group so you can see what they look like. Okay, we'll go ahead and start with red. This here's Jason with two of the figures. And hopefully you can see the detailing and the paint applications that are on these. They're actually pretty good to be so small. Okay, let me go on to the next ones. Here is Kimberly, the Pink Ranger. Trini, the Yellow Ranger. Here is Zach, the Black Ranger. Now I did have two of these of the Rangers, but I lost one. And here is Billy, the Blue Ranger, with his two figures. Here are the motorcycles that come with the sets. Of course, we have the red, blue, and black. They're pretty much the same, except Jason has a cannon over on the side instead of sidecars like these two do. Besides the color, the fronts are different. See, like on Jason's, that's supposed to be the T-Rex, I guess. Billy's, it's the Triceratops, and Zach's is the Mammoth. Okay, I want to reset the camera a little bit so we can take a really close look at these. Here's Jason's. Here's Billy's motorcycle. And here's Zach's. If you get all the sets, you'll end up with one red, two blue, and two black, but no pink or yellow, which is unfortunate. Now they might have released them in a later set, but I never did see it. But anyway, these have little wheels on them and you can roll them. On the Megazords, I'll go ahead and start with the Tyrannosaurus. Now each of these has a little gimmick, besides falling over. Let me see if I can do this. You can open his mouth a little bit. And that's about all. There's no posability at all in these figures. And as I said with the other figures and the motorcycles, there is some nice little detailing on these things. Next is the Triceratops. His little gimmick is that you can open the jaw a little bit. That's all. Here's the saber-toothed tiger. Now right off you'll notice that the tusks or fangs are pointing up as if it's about to transform instead of pointing down. I think they might have had a oops on that one. But now with him, push the leg and the mouth opens a little bit. There's a pteranodon, or pterodactyl. There's the detailing on the bottom there, which would be the chest of the Megazord. And this one, the wings fold up. And that's pretty much it. Here we have the Mammoth. Now here's a little gimmick. But when you, there we go. It was hanging up a little while ago. Push the front left leg and the head, raises up. Like he's roaring or something. Here's a Megazord. I used to have a sword with it, but there ain't no telling where that little thing is. But you can see he's got a lot of little detail, a lot of little paint applications. Of course, now the back is pretty bare. Now his gimmick is like when you push down on these, his arm pops up. So if he has a sword in there, it's like he's making a strike or something. Here's the Dragon Sword. Now of him, the legs do move a little bit. You have him leaning over some, standing up more straight. Now his little gimmick is when you, hang on a second, when you turn the upper part of the body, the arms move. I hope y'all can see that alright. Here's Titanus. Now you can really get an idea of the detailing they put into these things, because the lighter color and then in the highlights and the shading, you can pick out the details a lot better. Now his little gimmick is when he rolls, the front paws and the big shoulder cannons will move like in the big version. Backward seems to be better than forward. It's not that much traction on these little hard plastic wheels. But you get the idea what it should be doing. A little disappointment there, but nah, considering the look and the detail that they put into him, hey, that's not a problem. Now here's the last of the sets. We have the bad guys. We have the two putties in the front. And we'll go ahead and move them out of the way. Then we have Squat, Goldar, and King Sphinx. Each of these has a little gimmick too. First I'll start with Squat. What you do is, you can turn the upper part of his body, and as you can see, his arms move pretty good. Of course, as small as it is, when you grab the thing and start turning stuff, you don't see the figure too good. Little bit of movement in the legs, but not much. As with the other figures, there's a lot of nice detailing on him. Here's Goldar. Now his thing also works with twisting the upper body. But I think the mechanism in here broke because it doesn't seem to want to work. What would happen is when you would turn him, the arm would pop up, but it's wanting to hang up here. He's got a good bit of detailing, but it seems like there's just something lacking on him. It may be just me. Here's King Sphinx. Now he's got a lot of nice little detail and some nice little paint applications. His gimmick, let's see here. grab the wings and his arm moves a little bit, or you can grab the arm and move the wings a little. And this arm moves too. You have to pose it though. As you can see, he's got a lot of nice little detailing on the wings. Here's all of them together again. All in all, these sets that were put out by Micro Machines are excellent. They have a lot of nice sculpted in detail. Paint applications are very, very good. Especially on Titanus back here. I really, really like how he looks. King Sphinx, he's done pretty good. The motorcycles, they're very nicely detailed, as are the other Megazords. The figures of the Rangers are excellent. My only complaint about these, well, several, but they're small, is that Megazord could have had a little more paint on him. Same with Goldar. He looks incomplete. I would much rather have had them switch out one of the extra blue and black motorcycles and had yellow and pink, so that we'd have all of them. And also for the two girls, for Kimberly and Trini, you only have one Ranger pose. With the guys, you got two each. Well, except for Zach, I lost it. Hopefully it'll turn up somewhere. It would have been nice if there had been two Ranger poses for the girls. Tommy is not in there. That would have been good to have. Because since we got the Dragon Zord back there, it would have completed the set nicely. Also, if they could have had a little thing of Rita, that would have been cool. And, Alpha, yeah. Now, they may have released some follow-up sets to these, and those may be in there. I don't know. But this is what I saw in the stores, and this is what I got when I had the money. So if you get a chance and can get these reasonably, to me they're worth it. And especially if you're a completist, these would be great to have. The Bear Ranger signing off. Thank y'all for joining me to see my review of the Micro Machines Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Y'all take care now. Bye.